all of us present here. A very, very warm welcome to our newly inaugurated yoga school. Before we begin, I would like to invite Prabhakar Rao ji, who is our trustee of the Shri Shri School, Agricultural Trust, to give us and tell you more about the ashram and about our Art of Living in International Center. A big hand for Prabhakar Rao ji.
You are here for the first time. Wow, that's awesome. It's my privilege then to tell you a little more about this campus. You know, in 1986, Gurudev first came, and this entire piece of land, the government had given us about 60 acres of land, and this entire land had the landscape of what you see when you drive past Ramnagaram. Just rocks, no trees, not one single tree was there. And in 1986, he planted the first banyan tree, which is still there at the Sumeru Mantap in the old ashram. And they used to bring water from the village in buckets and daily pour water to develop the trees. Today, we have 126 tree species, including rare trees such as the Rudraksha. We have the cinnamon tree, camphor tree. We have 102 varieties of butterflies. We have got 71 species of bird, including the famed hornbill. And it's interesting, we have 8 species of bees. When the bee population's dwindling across the world, this ashram has 8 species of bees which are thriving because no chemicals are used in this ashram. The iconic building in the ashram is the Visalakshi Mantap, named after Gurudev's mother. It is 108 feet high. It has 108 lotus petals that are carved on it. Not sorry, 108, it's 1008 lotus petals. And it is built in 5 tiers, representing the 5 elements of nature. We have just behind us, as you drove in, we have Panchakarma Center. If you want a real 5-star pampering for yourselves, that's the place to come to. We have the accommodation in Meeravanam behind it, which is modeled after a palace in Kerala. We have a beautiful garden here called the Radha Kunj, just behind here. The new yoga center, of course, you're a part of here. We have large meditation halls and amphitheaters. The VM amphitheater for about 1,000 people, the Saraswati Hall for 2,000 people, the Yagyashala accommodates 2,500. We have the Guru Paduka Vanam, which accommodates up to 100,000 people. We get 42.5 lakh visitors to the ashram, and it's all fueled by our kitchen, which serves 11 million meals per year. During Navratri, just the salt that's used is 10 tons. If the salt is 10 tons, you can imagine how much of food is being prepared. It was featured in the National Geographic series on mega kitchens. It's an ISO certified kitchen. We have the Ayurvedic hospital, a 250-bed hospital in the campus. We've got the schools, and we've got a wonderful Vedic agama, where children are taught about the Vedas and the traditions. We have a research center there which is doing wonderful work on ancient manuscripts. We have just so many things happening. Environmentally, a very friendly campus. Nearly 1 million liters of STP is treated, water treated here. We have a plant which processes 1 ton of plastic a day to produce 40 liters of diesel. Every day, 1,000 kilos of organic waste from the kitchen is converted to biogas. So it is all in all a very sattvic place to be. There are so many statistics, but I'll just tell you one story which I came to know when I was designing the Radha Kunj here. And then, as you know, this campus has grown organically. I mean, it started off with the land the government gave us, and then slowly we added more and more. In fact, we have Lakshmi Narayan here, who happen to be the original owners of this particular piece of land, sitting somewhere here. And this story of Raja Kund really fascinated me because when I was designing and constructing it, I used to always see the water in that lake always at the same level. In the driest summer and the wettest monsoon, the level would be the same. And I was fascinated. I said, what would keep the water level at the same? And then I discovered that this lake is connected to the jewel filter that filters Bangalore water supply, the BWSSB Tatguni jewel filter. And the backwash from that filter actually comes and feeds this lake. To me, this is very serendipitous. We have a tradition in India where in the ancient days, when an enlightened master set up an ashram, he usually did that on the banks of a holy river or somewhere in the mountains. Here, Gurudev established the ashram, and this holy river, Kaveri, comes through hundreds of miles of piped concrete pipe and yet comes and blesses the ashram. With that, I hand it back to Chinki ji to take it forward.
Thank you, Prabhakar ji, for this wonderful rendition and description of our ashram here. Once again, a very, very warm welcome to this wonderful evening of storytelling, of music, and of an interaction with Srimati Bhanumati Narsimhan, sister of Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji, Bhanu Didi as we lovingly call her. Parashakti is a glimpse into the world of the Devi and the Puranas. These are stories of the Devi that have been retold by Bhanu Didi. And when we read beyond the words, we reach a deeper experience or understanding of what we may have thought we understood of the Devi, of the Puranas, and of our scriptures. For example, Mahakali. Kali is depicted as very fearful, isn't it? She wears a garland of severed heads, her tongue hangs out, and she has a severed head in her hand. However, Gurudev says the significance of this is egolessness. The severed head means egolessness. When the ego rises and comes up, then Mahakali comes and destroys it and brings us back to our joyful nature, natural, enthusiastic, and joyful. Mahakali is also representative of blackness or darkness. And this is, Gurudev says, is akin to the pupil of our eyes. The pupil reflects all light. So, in other words, she is the center of all knowledge. But this deeper understanding can only happen in the presence of an enlightened master. What a wonderful venue we are in here today. Isn't this magical? Wouldn't you agree? So this is our new yoga school, like I said, which was inaugurated a few months ago, where so many people are learning to be yoga practitioners, yoga teachers. It is Gurudev's vision to bring a smile on every person's face all over the world. And this journey of happiness and this wave of happiness began in 1981 when he cognized the Sudarshan Kriya. He has brought transformation to people from all walks of life, from businessmen and CEOs to housewives, from small children to senior citizens, from prison inmates to people who are recovering from trauma. His contribution in the field of environment is unparalleled. 41 rivers rejuvenated, rivers that were dry and had no water are now flowing and bringing so much livelihood and influencing and helping the villages around. 41 rivers rejuvenated, 71 million trees planted, 23,000 homes lit, and over 100,000 health and hygiene camps in India alone. What a wonderful contribution to environment. Yeah? His intervention ended the 53-year war, guerrilla war, between the FARC rebels and the government in Colombia. You know, in Jammu and Kashmir, he has initiated the reconciliation of those who have been victims of terror and violence with those, the families of who have been the perpetrators of this violence. You know? So violence drops in the presence of one who embodies peace and love. And we have experienced this again and again in the presence of Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. So with this, we would like to share a short film with you, The Voice for Peace. Can we have the film, please? Can we have the video, please? Sachin?
People cannot stand tension or stress for too long. Somewhere one has to give up. You can't hold your fist too long like that. Somewhere you have to relax. And when you relax, you see the whole sky is on your hand. That tendency is began in the world.
So this is the message of peace and love and joy and compassion that Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar has been spreading in over 155 countries since the time this Art of Living movement began. Now, what can I tell you about Bhanu Didi? She is the sister of Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. She is the author of the book Gurudev on the Plateau of the Peak, a biography on the life of Gurudev. This book has been on the national bestseller list since the time it was released. And you can clap. And it has been translated into 23 languages, international as well as national, um, Russian, Croatian, Lithuanian, Spanish, Portuguese, and all the major Indian languages, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi, of course, and Bengali, among the other languages. She is a meditation teacher. Her meditation classes have transformed the lives of so many people, thousands of people around the world, taught them to de-stress, taught them to get in touch with their inner calm and serene self. In her roles as a mother, a sister, as a friend, and as a teacher, she is forever joyful. Her smile lights up our lives. She is a role model to so many women all over the world. And she leads by example with so much joy, love, compassion, and unending patience. So I would now request Bhanu Didi, along with our guests, Mr. Vikram Vishwanathan, who is the consul of Peru, Mr. Dr. K.J. Purushottam, who is the honorary consul of Macedonia, Uma Reddy ji, Girija Lokesh, our actor from Karnataka, Jyoti Harsha ji, and our beloved Anna ji to come and light the ceremonial lamp. Bhanu Didi, I request you to come. I would like to welcome Anna ji on stage. It is his silent and strong support for all these years that have enabled Didi to really work for so many years for whatever she has been doing. I welcome the dignitaries on stage. While we are uh, doing the ceremony, the lighting of the lamp, our girls from Meghalaya will render the Ganesh Vandanam as well as sing Aigiri Nandini, a composition by Adi Shankaracharya.
गिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्द्यशिरोदिनि वासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते भगवति हेशितिकण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते सुरवरवर्षिणि दुर्धरदर्शिनि दुर्मुखमर्षिणि हर्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि किल्बिषमोषिणि घोषरते धनुजनिरोषिणि दितिसुतरोषिणि दुर्मदशोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते ऐ जगदम्ब मदम्ब कदम्ब वनप्रियवासिनि हासरते शिखरि शिरोमणि तुङ्ग हिमालय शृङ्ग निजालय मध्यगते मधु मधुरे मधुकैटभगञ्जिनि कैटभभञ्जिनि रासरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते ऐशलखण्डविखण्डितरुण्डवितुण्डितशुण्डगजाधिपते ऋभुगजगन्धविदारणचण्डपरक्रमशुण्डमृगाधिपते निजभुजदण्डनिपातितखण्डविपातितमुण्डपटाधिपते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते.
These our girls from Meghalaya study in our free school that is across the campus here. They are part of this school is part of the 618 free schools that give education to more than 70,000 children in 20 states of India. This project is very close to Bhanu Didi's heart and is inspired by her brother's vision to bring free and value-based education to all underprivileged children in India. So now I would request Arun Madhavanji and Chitraji and Commodore Harsha and Jyoti Harsha to join us on stage again to release Bhanu Didi's book. Didi, would you please come up on stage? Can I help you? Sorry. I would also request, it will be my privilege and honor to call Annaji also on stage, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, Parashakti, this latest book by Bhanu Didi. Can you all see the book? Thank you so much. Thank you so much again, Annaji, Arunji, Chitraji, Jyoti, and Harshaji. Thank you so much. Thank you, Didi. May I request you to take your seats? Didi. Music is the food for the emotions, knowledge is the food for the intellect, and meditation is food for the soul, says Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar. So now, let us all soak in the blissful tunes and notes of the veena that will be played by Nagalakshmi ji, a composition by Muthu Krishna Dikshitar in the raga Purvi Kalyani. So a big hand for Nagalakshmi ji. Thank you, Nagalakshmi ji, for that wonderful performance. A big round of applause for Nagalakshmi ji. A small correction. The composer of this piece is Muthuswami Dikshitar. Did I say the right? Before we invite Bhanu Didi on stage for the introduction, we would like to read the prologue of the book for all of you. And I request Niyati Kala and Priya Rao ji to come up on stage and read the prologue for us. Niyati Kala is a faculty of the Art of Living of the Apex programs for corporates, and Priya Ravji is a Sahaj Samadhi meditation program and teacher and also an Art of Living faculty. A big hand for both of them.
It's such a great pleasure and an honor to be reading the prologue of this beautiful book, Parashakti, by our dear Bhanu Didi. The quest for the magical, a power beyond the ordinary, has always fascinated mankind. Thousands of magical tales have been told and retold to children and adults alike. In every part of the world, the heart longs for the mystical, for the hero with unparalleled power, for the victory of good over evil. Indian mythology is filled with such vibrant stories of gods and goddesses, of valiant kings, beautiful queens, and powerful demons, of the wisdom of sages, of the love of devotees. But once the pages of the book have been turned, we have to return to reality. A mundane world with bills to pay, a 9 to 9 job, traffic jams, homework and exams, groceries to buy, taxes to file, and seemingly not one single ounce of magic anywhere. Even the possibility of something higher seems far fetched.
Yet, in the early hours of the dawn, when the little birds sing their song, an unchained melody, a chorus of joy, and you think, who ever taught them? Did they just know it all along? The gentle, magnificent tree it into a seed. A single ray of light touches the sparkling raindrops and casts a rainbow in the sky. The little droplets travel from the depth of the ocean to the peaks of the mountains high and return with thunder and lightning. The earth rejoices as these rain clouds pass by. What a spectacular cycle! Who could have imagined this? Who could even try? Flowers of 100 colors, sweet as fragrances, carrying tiny drops of nectar inside. The bustling bee, the gentle calf, the roaring lion, the elephant, the giraffe. What diversity! Just who could it be? Who fashioned all this just for me? When the little child starts growing in the womb, its heart beats with yours. You are simply a witness as it grows, yet the responsibility is yours. When the child is in your arms, for you to love and care, the mother in you is born, along with the gentle love so rare, unconditional, ready to give, so protective, so fulfilled. Perhaps all this magic is a glimpse of the one who made it all.
Nature is full of miracles when your eyes are open. And once you have seen, you cannot close your eyes to that higher power, the supreme energy that is responsible for these miracles. Gurudev says, just raise your eyes and see. The world of the gods is just inches above you. The magic of divinity is not far beyond our reach. The ancient seers have mapped the way, unlocked the streets, and hidden the key. The timeless lore and inner tuning is needed to hear its melody. You have to look beyond the words to see the infinity. Thank you.
I now invite Bhanu Didi and Shri Vidya on stage for the interaction with Didi.
We have the much awaited moment now. Gurudev is arriving any minute. I think he's already arrived. So we will have our interaction in a little while. We'll have interaction with Gurudev. Yeah. But I'm so grateful and I'm very happy and that you're all here today. And you have been a part of this magical celebration, I would say. This looks so magical, isn't it? So now Gurudev is coming. Yeah.
I request Arvind Vachasvi to come on stage to read a portion, excerpt from the book, In Reverence and Gratitude.
Thank you, Chinky Masi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's such a pleasure to be here with all of you this evening. It's by far the biggest blessing that you could talk about your mother. A mother is extremely precious and special to each and every one of us. And I find it really wonderful to be reading a few excerpts from the book of my mother. Reverence and gratitude. To Maharishi Vedavyasa, who has distilled the essence of the vast mountains of knowledge into the magnificent structure of the Vedic tradition, which includes the Shruti, Smriti, and Puranas. To Rishi Markandeya, who brought forth the scintillating Devi Mahatmyam, which was compiled as a part of the Markandeya Purana. To Agastya Muni and Lord Hayagriva, whose brilliant conversation forms the Lalitopakhyanam of unparalleled beauty, which is a part of the Brahmanda Purana. To the sages, Romaharshana, Shaunakya, and many others who are responsible for spreading the fragrance of the sublime knowledge to one and all. And finally, to my master, Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, whose grace has revealed the pearls of wisdom hidden in the ocean of stories from the Puranas. Thank you, Jai Gurudev. And gentlemen, we have Gurudev with us. Join me in welcoming Gurudev onto the stage. I hand it over to Chinky ji, the Master of Ceremonies, to take it forward.
Jai Gurudev, Gurudev. Welcome to this wonderful celebration of Gurudev Didi's latest book, Parashakti. We request you to say a few words to everyone present here.
What? Such a nice decoration, no? There's beauty outside, there's beauty inside. You know, the recognition of beauty. I was just in the satsanga telling everyone that outer beauty is very tiny when compared to the inner beauty. So the inner beauty is our qualities. One lady asked me the question, I don't look so beautiful. What can I do? You know, I feel so. Your beauty is neat, you're kind, you're loving, you're open-minded. That brings the beauty inside of you. And Mother Divine, Parashakti is all beauty. Beauty, truth, Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram, same thing. Beauty, truth, you know. I think it's in this country, from ages, we associated beauty with the divinity. Nowhere else in the world have they spoken the divine as something beautiful. And of course, there is feminine worship everywhere, but here the feminine aspect is also honored. That is good. Copy of the book, yeah. One thing I tell you, I'm not a reader. I don't read books at all, you know. That's a secret. I don't know, from long time it used to happen like that. I just take some book and read couple of pages, then I just slip into meditation. So I cannot read books. So I have not read my books. And like my sister, she is a MA in Sanskrit. I am zero in Sanskrit. So I don't read much, but I listen. Good, good, good. I read. Uh, I read the nature. In our Puranas, our scriptures have many stories, but it is not just stories. Inside, there is something more. And unfortunately, this is where we are missing it. From surface, we read just story. Okay, they were fighting and fighting for 1,000 years, and they couldn't win over. But now, when you sit in meditation or when you sit quiet, you see many things come up. Many secrets of nature gets revealed to us. Especially younger generation, they will ask you, Mummy, why Ganesha has trunk, or why this is there? Why didn't Shiva know that it is his own son? He beheaded him. That why was Shiva so cruel? These are the questions children are, don't they ask? We don't have answers to this. Many times say, Kali is so scary, and why Kali is like that? So, but if you go deep into it, the symbolism of this country is something amazing. Amazing. See, Krishna is standing little teda, no? Little cross-legged like this, and everything is bent. Rama, if you see, he is standing straight. In Krishna's very bhangi, the bhangi itself is different. In that one leg is just touching, another is strong on the ground. So this is the science of creativity. You have to be practical and imaginative. In imaginative, your leg is little up. It's up in the air. Unless you imagine what you think is not practical, what you think is impossible, you cannot make a big progress. So, giving room for something that is impossible or appears to be impossible, and being practical, both together. That's the whole message of Lord Krishna. So he says, he gives practical advice to eat and how the food will affect you, or, in Gita, the whole science of well-being, how to live well, how to have the valor to fight, at the same time, yoga of mind. How to manage the mind, and in a very complex situation, move in life. Mahabharata is not that happened it's not only that happened 5,000 years ago. It's happening every day. Isn't it? Every day, everywhere. So in all this situation, how we can equip ourselves to live better. Those are the practical wisdom we can draw from this knowledge. So symbolism, understanding symbolism is essential. I think this will do all this symbolism here, think stories would be good. Good for us to know and to tell the children. What do you say? Yeah? Okay, now you have some question you ask me. Anybody want to say something, ask something?
Leadership, Guruji. This can be something that can also be passed on to the children, digital frame also. Is there any plan that you have? Because what you're saying today, and one thing today, it's very difficult to talk to the children, but it's very easy for us as a parent to give them anything in the digital format, Guruji.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely we can, yeah, we do have some like cartoon, like what do you call it? Animated stories. I say stories, and our Samir has made several animation stories, and he said, he call it be inspired or stay inspired. Be inspired, no? Stay inspired, stay inspired. But one more thing, don't let your children log on to this electronic gadgets too much. I would say you should ban them till they are 10 or 12. 5-year-old kid walking around with iPads, and then it affects their central nervous system so badly, and they cannot remember. They'll become very poor in mathematics. They cannot walk properly. All this attention deficiency syndrome develops. In fact, all those who are in America who are working in these big companies, they are using cell phones and iPhones and iPads because they know the bad effect of it on their nervous system. So we cannot totally avoid, but minimize them, no? What do you say? Yeah? Minimize that. And spend more time with your, tell them stories, life stories and things like that. In the house, if they keep running around, put them in the car, drive somewhere. So when you are driving, they cannot get out of the car. Then you can talk to them, tell stories. Anyway, in Bangalore traffic and here, there you go. You will have to spend 1-2 hours. I think that's a good idea. At home means they won't sit with you, they'll run around. This is something you can think of. We have created a little experience, just 2 kilometers from here on the lake, for kids to experience village life. Prasadji is here. Prasadji is here. The Madhuvan has created a Madhuvan space there. They regularly, every weekend, kids come from different schools, and 100, 200 kids come, and they know how to make the pottery, how to ride on the horse, and what is done in the villages, how they weave the cloth, how they make the toys. All that is a little experience of the village life. So I think that is something good to take children to be in real life friends, not just virtual friends. We had to protect this country from the virtual world, getting stuck in the virtual world, which our kids do, right? Isn't it? They live in a virtual world all the time. It is needed, but excess of anything is not good for the health. इधर इधर
Guruji, my question is very elementary, but your answer will make it very profound. So, what I want to ask you is that when a book is authored, there is a message, there is a lot of passion, uh, there is a lot of practical experience. Whole lot of things are put into writing a book. And a person who is reading a book also get that what is written and the way it has been written. So how do you recommend or how do you suggest or advise us to go through reading a particular book so that you can get that profound message which is contained in the book in its totality? If not 100%, at least 70 to 80%, 90%.
Yeah, it gets transformed, the writing and the style, that what the author wants to convey. I think about 60, 70% they are able to convey, though not the 100% of it. And it depends also of our preoccupation in the mind. If we have some if we are preoccupied in our mind, or if we have prejudice, then our way of our perception itself gets into a different track. That is something. See, today, prejudice is one thing that all over the world the intellectuals have to get over it. It could be prejudice even of science. It could be prejudice about race, about religion, about um, ideals or one's own ideals. This can cause prejudice, There could be a theist prejudice and there is an atheist prejudice. Rightist, centrist, all type of prejudice we hold on to. I feel an intellectual, a well educated person is one who has no prejudice, has an open mind when he explores any topic, any subject, and goes really thoroughly into it.
Uh, Sir, regarding the spiritualism as a tool that you have been using to resolve conflicts or in conflict resolutions, it has already become a very important facet of conflict resolution. We were just told that in South America, you have resolved a conflict, a long-standing conflict between FANUC and the Colombian forces. And the same thing which can be applied to our northern state of J&K. You have taken some initiatives in that. How is it, what is the approach actually that is being adopted? Is the spiritual approach? Because all the legal, the economic, and other approaches, the security. So how is it that this can help resolve conflict there or anywhere else?
Well, I don't know. How it works, I don't know, but it worked. I was given the highest civilian award of Colombia. After that, you get to have a 5 minutes handshake with the president. There is a tea with the president after the big ceremony, because it's the highest award of that country. Then that 5 minutes went up to 50 minutes with him. He was very troubled. He said, I have only one option now, to go with the only option is military option. And he said it will cost nearly 40,000 lives and I am very pained by this, to take this decision. Then I told him, why not I try? I would like to go to Cuba and meet these people. Cuba is 6 hours flight ride from Colombia, way out in the ocean. Then we took a flight and went to Cuba. And first they were resistant. They said, we only believe in Marxist Leninist ideology. We don't meet any spiritual person. They right away said, no, we don't. It doesn't match with us. We will not meet. But then I had a talk in the university. They sent some of their people to check me out, their commandos. So when the commandos came and they sat in my talk and I guided a small meditation. Then they went and told their higher ups, and they all agreed to meet with me. 15 of top commandos, they came to see me in the hotel where I was. Then we had deliberation 3 days. I just met, spoke to them. I mean, the same question, the journalist asked me, how come the US tried, European Union tried, Norway came and put their weight over here. None of this worked. What is that you said to them? They agreed for a ceasefire. 53 years of bloody conflict, very bloody, bloodshed in that whole province. I said, it's the humanism. When you understand the other person, know that they are humans, know that if every culprit is also a victim, then the communication goes on. Then they'll come. Instead of accusing them, if you see they are different, they are separate, and we start trying to bring them, no. First, you have to create a sense of belongingness with everybody. So I would say, like, you have IQ and EQ, emotion quotient, intelligent quotient. I think we need to now come up with HQ, human quotient. How much human, and this is needed everywhere. Human quotient. See a person's behavior, how much human he is. He may be intelligent, but is he human? Is he behaving with another human being like a human being? So these are.
For globe you are uniting. My another question is this. Now internet, puja on internet, marriage on internet, saloks on internet. We don't go to temples. We see everything in house in small phone. Now, please, you tell us, our love with Lord Prabhu Paramatma was there 30, 40 years, how you were teach us. Now on internet, we feel that we are wiser people, so shortcut anything through internet or something, so we will bring Lord with us. So you know everything, you have gone to every part of
Do you remember something that few years when the color television first came to India in the 70s, end of 60s, 70s, that's when first television came, right? And then the TV glued to it. When you have 100 channels, many of you don't even open television these days. Isn't it? वो अपने आप छूट जाता है. Because mind always goes for something new. So after some time, all this TV, gadgets, everything, say enough is enough. Now I want to be with real people, not just the virtual, interaction.
ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಥರ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಾಗೂ ಭಾನುಮತಿ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸಹಯೋಗದವರಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿನ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಇವತ್ತು, ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಹಾಗೂ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಕ್ಷ, ಎರಡು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗಳು, ಹಾಗೆ ಉಳಿದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀಜನ್ ಪಕ್ಷಗಳು ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಆದ್ಯತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಹಾಗೂ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನ ಬಿಂಬಿಸ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾವೆ. ನೀವು ರಾಮ ಜನ್ಮಭೂಮಿಯ ಇವತ್ತು ಆಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬರಾಗಿ ಕುಳಿತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅಭಿನಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವಿರೋದು ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷವನ್ನು ತಂದುಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಐ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಫೀಲ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿತ್ ಇಕ್ವಾನಿಮಿಟಿ, ಒನ್ ಹೂ ಬಿಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಕ್ವಾನಿಮಿಟಿ. ನಾನು ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಂಥವಳು. ನಾನು ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಾಗ ರಾಮ ಜನ್ಮಭೂಮಿಯ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾವು ದಿನಾ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದಿದ್ದು, ನಾನು ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿರುವಾಗ ಇಂಥವ್ರ ಕೊಲೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಅಂಥವ್ರ ಕೊಲೆ ಆಯಿತು, ಭೀಕರವಾದಂಥ ತುಂಬ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಗಳು ನಡೀತಾ ಬಂತು. Now I would want to ask you, how relevant is that for today's world? And how important is it to come out the temple? I'm not saying it is not important to recollect our own origin, but and how really important is that for you? I would want to know, Guruji.
Well, I am not supposed to speak anything about it now. My lips are sealed because it is a Supreme Court order that we are not supposed to speak anything about this issue for another 8 weeks. After that, I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Jai Gurudev. It's a pleasure being with you this evening. And I have a very simple question. How do we deal with toxic and difficult people on a daily basis? I'm sure all of us come across such characters in our lives. In the family, at work, how do we deal with them? Can you please give us an insight on that? Thank you.
Yeah, some are toxic, some are adamant. It is really tough to deal with them. Not easy. But if you take one attitude that this culprit is a is carrying a victim inside him or her, you will start feeling compassion. You will start learning how to work around them, around their habits, around their tendencies. I mean, it needs a lot of skill to deal with that. You cannot talk to them like you talk to everybody else, direct. Because they will be resisting, or they will not understand, or they will have their own kutarka. So when someone comes with kutarka, no logic will work there. So when you know this so-and-so is a kutarki, you know what kutarka is? Huh? No, kutarka is illogical logic. It is illogical, but they see it as a logic. For example, the door is fully closed, this door, right? If the door is half open, that means half closed. If it is fully open, means fully closed. This is kutarka. Do you get it? It appears to be logic on the surface, underneath it has no truth. So when people resort to kutarka, then you cannot just with tarka win them over. So you simply have to smile at them, give a thap-tapi. You are the greatest person. Immediately they start melting. Do you see? You need to be very skillful. In one of our shastras, Nyaya Shastra, about the 6 darshanas, the first darshana, Nyaya Shastra, talks about all these vada. Vada means argument. There are 8 types of them. Jalpa, Vitanda, these are called Vitanda Vada. Vitanda Vada, you can see it all the time in the television, the talk shows in the night. Debate. To solve Vitanda Vada means someone is saying something, you go out of the topic and keep shouting at the top of your lungs on something which is irrelevant. So the other decent person will shut up. He cannot talk anymore because you are going in tangent. So these are all the ways of arguments. This is, see, those days, it's amazing the people then classified even debate in all that. Vada, Vivada, Jalpa, Vithanda, Nigrahasthana. Just cornering a person with something that they are unable to talk anymore. You corner them with your logic. So these are all also skills. A politician, a Raja, a king is supposed to know 64 skills. And these are all the skills. I think our politicians had to learn a lot. You know, how to manage, how to interact, how to. So, first of all, don't think them they are toxic, just see them they are sick people. When you think they are toxic, you will get really angry. And when you are angry, you are producing toxin inside of you only. Right? Yeah.
Gurudev, Pranam. Gurudev, the whole world knows that in what great way you are contributing in resolving the conflicts, uniting the various religions. Similarly, I find a number of spiritual gurus like Sadguru, Satya Sai Baba also doing a very noteworthy such kind of social service. I feel very strongly, is there a possibility of these great saints and spiritual gurus to at least once or twice come on a single platform and give a united message to the whole country? I think it will be a great service for our country where the greatest need today is to unite the religions,
Yeah.
unite the communities.
Did you see our World Culture Festival?
Gurudev, unfortunately, I missed,
You
but I
missed
had
it.
a great chance of traveling with you. That was the first interaction to go from here to Delhi. We happened to travel in the same.
No, it's in
Yeah,
the YouTube you watch.
I
We had
will, Gurudev.
2,500 spiritual religious leaders from all over the world in one platform. 2,500 of them. Even from Vatican, Pope had sent his representative just for the event. We had spiritual leaders from Syria. Head Imam of the top Imam of Syria had come. So we had all the saints from India. They all were there. We keep doing this, but everybody does in their own different ways, and it's all good. Yeah. 1 minute.
Namaste, Jai Gurudev. I'm very humbled to be here and to be able to, listen to you speak. Today, I want to ask, as a youngster or anybody, what is your thought on perseverance, persistence, and courage in everyday life? Because we lead a fast-paced life, and it's a difficult time at this point in this world. So, what are your thoughts on
Okay.
persistence, perseverance? Thank you.
Now, tell me, when do you lose perseverance? When do you lose persistence? When do you lose them? When you are tired, you don't want to perceive anymore, right? When you are stressed, you can't have any more perseverance. When you feel weak and uptight and you are not sure of what would be the result in the future, forget about everything. You just want to throw everything, give everything up, and just go and hide somewhere, right? Isn't that the feeling you get? This is exactly what do. Now, at this time, instead of driving your vehicle further when it has no gas in it, no petrol in it, take it to the petrol bunk. You see, your petrol is showing empty, your reserve has gone down, and you are trying to run the vehicle. Not possible. Take a little break, do meditation, do some yoga, relax, think about life, the philosophy of life. Just you don't have to read some big philosophies. Just think about your own life. What do I want to do? Okay, another 50 years I'm going to live. 30 years I'll live. How do I want to live? Stressed, upset, angry, craving for things which is not happening? Or do I want to live with strength, with dignity, with calmness? Once the calmness comes, perseverance comes automatically. See that? Yeah? Because the moment you become calm, you do little meditation, your inner strength comes. A strong mind can carry on a weak body, but a weak mind cannot even carry a strong body. Yeah? One last question, this one I'll take. Yeah.
Namaste, Gurudev. This is my first time here. So sorry if I cross the limit because I don't know.
No. There is no limit here. Sky is the limit. You can ask
I
me.
don't know protocol. I don't know much.
Absolutely no protocol, no formalities. You can be.
Thank you. Today, since it's about beauty and divinity that we were talking about, I'm extremely jarred inside me because I'm coming into an event which is magical in every proportion that you can think of. But I'm driving 5 kilometers in here with garbage piled across the streets. You have poverty on the other side, you have digging up and dust. So it just brings about this complete conflict within you. How do you resolve it? You know, one is actually to go out and act there and do something, but it just doesn't seem to stop. It's there in front of us, the reality and what you want inside you. How do you resolve that?
It's good. You should have that patience, that passion and the pain. The pain that things are not working will motivate you to work for it. And the passion will balance the pain that you, otherwise when you have only pain, you will give up. But when you have passion with it, you say, okay, we want to do it. This is what we are doing. See, here, I want to tell you this. We started the cleanliness campaign in 2008. We have the 5H program: health, hygiene, home, harmony in diversity and human values. These 5H program we have been doing all over the country. So, in one of the big satsangs in Jalna, in Maharashtra, 2008, I gave a call to people. Look, this city is so dirty, so much plastic. Why not tomorrow, Sunday, we will all go with a broomstick and start it. We started that program 2008. But I'm so glad the Prime Minister took this up in 2014-15, because he's very well aware of this mission that we have been doing around the country. Now, here also you will see that the people are putting plastic. You know what we are doing? We are these are the plastic that comes from Bangalore city. They come in the truck and they dump on sides of the road. We have engaged 2 vehicles on the ashram. Every night they dump, morning they go, our people go collect it. We put the plastic, there is a machine here. We have put a plant where the plastic is converted into gas and oil. So we have a plastic transformation. You can one day when you have, in the daytime when you come, you can visit how our green campus, what all we are doing. We are educating people, but when we cannot educate those people every day, we have to act. So the best we could do is engage our own vehicle, go pick that up, sort it out, and then make it into fuel. We have put a plant here where the plastic to oil and gas that comes. Similarly, all bio waste we are making cooking gas. You know, if you visit our kitchen here, every day several thousand people eat. We have about 20,000 meals every day, 15 to 20,000 meals. Even more. Many days it's more. When I'm there, it's more. So it's all done through this sort of solar power and this and we need to do this more and more. And a person with passion and pain for cleanliness are needed in this country more. Yeah. Okay, one more last question. The food is ready. You must be hungry. You should have food. Huh? You have to continue. Something more is okay.
Namaste, Guruji.
Time ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ.
I was waiting for this guy to come on this side as well. I was raising my hand, but he could not look at me. So I think being a mother and working also, I think this question comes to everybody's mind. And I try to get solution from a lot of people, but I want solution from you as well. Like, when I go to office, I miss my kids at home, so I'm not 100% there. When I come home, I'm with kids, but I have something which is not done in the office. So I just wanted to know, being a mother and working also, how to be 100% in office and how to be 100% mother.
Not possible. Just drop it. When you are a mother, you are 100% mother always. So all other roles come next to that. And it's a sign of a good mother, so don't have to worry. You have to keep your eye on the kids at home. But that is, I think, not possible, 100%, till the kids grow a little older. Yeah, babies you have at home, your attention will be there only. But what I would want to tell you is, every day you relax, do some meditation, do some yoga, some little pranayama, 10 minutes yoga, 5 minutes pranayama, few minutes of meditation, or listening to music. This will all remove the stress and restlessness that gets created inside of you. Yeah? Okay.
Thank you.
All the best. You have more things to go? Yeah, be there. Okay.
Thank you, Gurudev, for spending so much time with us and blessing us with your presence. Jai Gurudev. I request all our guests to take their seats, and we can continue with the interaction with Bhanu Didi. Bhanu Didi, I request you to come up on stage. Sri Vidya.
Gurudev is here only. After that wonderful knowledge, see, I wanted to share all this with you, and Gurudev has more than that. He has spoken. He has said whatever was in my mind. Still here. So, you want to still know stories, or you want to read? Maybe just one short story we can. I can stand. Yeah, you? You also say. And I want to also answer you about that cleanliness camp. I am also so concerned. Every day we will go and collect, and middle of the night they come and dump it there. It's quite a menace there. And the whole road is dumped with this garbage. We have complained so many times. Our volunteers have worked for it also. But they are saying because of the road is coming, no? They're widening the road and all. They said they're going to use all that. They give some explanation. It's very nice that you brought it up. It's such a contrast, isn't it? But we are working for it. That's also our concern. Actually, I wanted to share with you, Gurudev was mentioning about the Madhu Kaitaba, no? Story. So I have heard from him only this story. It's very interesting. In fact, no, we have grown up with stories. My father used to say he was a very good storyteller. No, very nicely he used to tell stories, and we have grown up with stories. But the way Gurudev addresses, says the stories are really, it gives you so much insight into each story. It opens up another dimension, of understanding. So this Madhukaitaba story is very interesting. So, have you heard Madhukaitaba? How many of you have heard Madhukaitaba story?
If you can just tell the story also once.
Okay. So once, out of Vishnu's earwax, two demons were born. This is the story in Purana, Bhagavad Purana, that Madhu and Kaitaba, and then they were the demons, and they started fighting with Vishnu. And this fight continued for so long, many years, and it never ended. Nobody was, winning this. So Vishnu got so tired. So when you're tired, where do you go? You go to the mother, right? So he went to the Mother Divine, and then he said what to do. So she said, go under the water and fight. So he took her suggestion and then went under the water, and then the story goes that he won, and he destroyed the demons, Madhu and Kaitaba. So when you read this story, you know, if for a logical person it looks so illogical, irrational, you know, out of the earwax, you know, your own, it's all it sees, when you see it from a, you know, intelligent, what a rational viewpoint, it is quite irrational, illogical. So, but when you see it from a deeper meaning, when Gurudev gave a deeper meaning, it was so convincing. He said, Madhu and Kaitaba are the ear, you know, that is the craving and aversion that we have. So when we have something that is from our own craving and aversion is very difficult to win over. If it is others, you can advise them, you can say, oh, get over, you know, there are so many advisors, isn't it? You can counsel others. But if it is your own, many times if you can see that our own mind doesn't listen to us. I mean, it doesn't come under our control. Whenever we want to be happy, it makes us so unhappy for some silly reasons, you know. So that is how he couldn't win over his own, you know, that is from his own body, you know, this craving and aversions. So like that, the craving and aversion, when it is, how it can be won over is only through love. And the water in Sanskrit is apa, and also love is apa, you know, when synonym to the same word it is there. So and Mother Divine said, when you can only win over the craving and aversion through love. You cannot fight it. So this is the deeper meaning, which used to really, I used to like this story when we have grown up with this story, you know. And when Gurudev said the deeper meaning, so then we found out every story has some such wonderful meaning, you know. So, in fact, life teaches us to, at every stage we learn things, isn't it? When we learn, we are also able to lead others. You know. The learning is continuous process. So in everything in creation can teach us something. So that learning process is made easy through storytelling. That is my experience. You know, when you listen to stories, it's so informal and it really appeals to your heart. And then you understand things better. You're able to, you know, grasp the higher meaning. So the best way to learn is through stories. And then that is how, you know, you listen to stories, as Gurudev said. No, Gurudev has said everything that we wanted to share. I'm a little excited. You know, this is a bonus for us. Gurudev coming here and addressing all of us, this was not planned. Everything is dynamic in this organ. And we are all so lucky, isn't it? We are really fortunate that he shared so many of his insights. And this is a story, and there are other stories, another interesting stories about Mahishasuramardini. You know, I've written about this. In the book it is there. It's, and we are so close to this. Mysore, Chamundeshwari is there and Mahishasura. You want to know that story? I know all of you know it. But a different viewpoint is there. I think they can read it. Are you all hungry? Sure, shall we read this a little bit? 5 more minutes I'll take. I know it was supposed to be 7 to 8, the program. We started late, but we are very happy. Are you all happy?
So we begin with the part where the demon is Mahishasur and he is troubling all the devas and they go to the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, asking for help.
So why is he troubling all the devas is, this Mahishasura was a Asur, Rakshas, demon, who did the penance and got the boon that, you know, nobody can kill him. Like in the world, nobody should kill, like no devas, no menfolk, no animals, he should have death from nobody. No? But he ignored the women folks. He said, oh, women, what is they are so weak, uh, they can't do anything. So he said, he ignored. So then he became, when Brahma gave him the boon, because he did penance, anybody doing penance, tapas, at that time they are sattvic only, so they get the boon, you know. So he got the boon and he came to trouble everybody. When you have some power, it goes to the wrong hand, they trouble others, right? He started troubling all the devas, and so devas all went to the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, asking them to protect them. So please come and save us from this asura. So the Puranas explain this very beautifully.
Vishnu said, "Let us invoke the Devi by bringing forth the Shaktis from all the Devas. The collective energies of all the Shaktis will surely defeat this Asura." Upon hearing Vishnu's words, a flame of dazzling red-hued light, which glowed like gems and pearls, sprang forth from the being of Brahma. It was joined by a brilliant white radiance, which could not even be seen and extended like a mountain that emanated from Shiva. A cooling and vast blue light came forth from Vishnu. Similar beams of lustrous and splendid light shone forth from all the Devas, including Indra, Agni, Varuna, Kubera, Yama, and Vayu. The gods themselves were amazed at what they were witnessing. From this blaze of divine light manifested the glorious form of the Devi, a beauty and a power so magnificent, so astonishing to behold. The Devas then offered their weapons one by one and other gifts to the Devi. The ocean presented her with a sparkling necklace and some very fine red silk. Vishwakarma, overflowing with gratitude, offered a divine jewel to adorn her diadem, blazing like 1,000 suns, white earrings, bracelets for her wrist and upper arms, and anklets studded with gems. The architect of the gods offered several beautiful ornaments for her neck, waist, fingers, all shining splendidly. Varuna offered a garland of fragrant lotuses that would never fade, and another Vaijayanti garland to adorn her delicate neck.
See here the lotus signifies that, you know, it grows in pure water as well as the muddy water. That unconditional love of the Mother Divine. That is what is represented by the lotus. She holds a lotus in one hand, and there are so many weapons in another hand. You know? Means strength is also exhibited, at the same time the softness is maintained. You know? That balance is so necessary in life. You know? If you're strong, and when we are strong, we become aggressive. You know? That if then the communication suffers. So that is where you are both strong and soft is what is the Divine Mother represents here. You know, that lotus. And also she is the essence of all the energies of all the devas. That is what Mother Divine Parashakti is. She has been she has this power that all the devas wanted to share with her, and that is the Mother Divine in the form of Katyayani, you know. So that is what age, and also for that softness, you know, the heart. Very nice how they say the trident of Shiva was given to her. So it means the trident literally means that the three states of consciousness. If you go beyond the three states of consciousness, Jagrat, Sushupta, Swapna, you know, waking, sleeping, dreaming, then you are in the self. That Turyavastha, that is what she represents. And then she has the best of everybody, you know, and she has the discus of Vishnu, which cuts asunder the all the past impressions. The past impressions are the one which really hinders our progress. We have some impression of the past and then we say, oh, we can't really progress. We regress in such a case. So these impressions which form as karma also for us, she cuts these karmas through the discus, of Vishnu. And then they say Brahma's kamandala she had. Brahma gave her a kamandala with Ganga water. So Ganga signifies the knowledge, knowledge part of it. And also, when you take a sankalpa, make a big, the pure intention and leave it in that cosmos, that you give, with water you drop all your sankalpa into the big mind, where it's such a beautiful sankalpa, taking sankalpa, when you drop it in the cosmos, saying that I want to do this, but if something is better than this, let me have it, So giving the power to the divine. So that is how even Brahma gave the Kamandala to her. Like this, so many things are explained about her, and we can understand from our own perspective how presence, and by praying to her, we gain all these qualities in us, and that is the beauty of Parashakti, I feel. And then after she got all this, she went and slain the Asura, they say, Mahishasura, who represents, Mahisha means buffalo, which represents laziness, lethargy, inertia, which is a hindrance for progress in any form, whether spiritual or material. It restricts us. So when you get away from the laziness, that is why we need to have that alertfulness and that energy, uplifting energy that is in Parashakti, in the Devi. So this story also I really liked. I have put it in this book. Like this, there are many stories. It's quite...
Amma, before you conclude, there is one question that everybody wants to have answered, especially me, because we are in the land of so many nice silk saris. When the Devi was out to go to war, when everybody was so troubled, what is the significance of dressing up so much and all the ornaments while going to war? The weapons we can still, I think most of us understand, but why a silk sari and ornaments and so much mention of her beauty?
Yeah. It's a very relevant question, It signifies that she's so confident, that she knows that she will win over, and both celebration and war, everything is same for her. In the sense, see, if you have a child in the house who is throwing a lot of tantrums, mother doesn't get so perturbed. She knows how to control the child. So it is easy for her. Like that, even the Divine Mother really takes care of us, and she has so much confidence and courage that is why, even both the things are same for her, whether celebration or, correcting the negativity in the universe, cosmos. See, if you see, Gurudev was saying, that all these positive and negative qualities are present in us only. This negative, the sur and asur, they say, the sur means also harmonious, melodious singing, right? Sur mein gao, they say. Asur or besur is the discord in us. So how we can recognize this? Only in a calm state of mind. We have 7 layers to our existence in a body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, and the self. The self is the divine space that we find. Until ego, that is where even Devi cuts that ego also, that Kali has the significance of the malas. That is, Chinkiji was saying, that how it is a significance, that egolessness. When you go to the Mother Divine, she cuts away that ego, which is again a hindrance for our progress, for our connectivity, for our belongingness. When you feel ego, that is the boundary between people. We can't communicate better. So that is where everything has the deeper meaning. In our shastras, that's the interesting part of Puranas. Puranas means that Purenava, Punarnava, that which is very new to the town. It's not like old stories. This is timeless lores, I would say. And it is so relevant and practical even to even to this day. So these Puranas, you can have your own meanings. The more you have the refined mind, refined consciousness, then it takes a different shape almost. You can put your fingers into the deeper meaning, not just thing that is irrational, illogical, but there is so much deeper this understanding. So then Devi's also said that she resides in the Himalayas, and Himalaya mountain gave her the lion. It is said that the lion symbolizes the courage and confidence. Only the courageous can walk the spiritual path, they say, because you need to handle your own mind, right? Mind is the main thing, Manaeva manushyanam karanam bandhamokshayoho. Mind can bind you or free you in any situation. So when you can handle the mind, how you can handle the mind? Only in a calm state of mind. When you meditate, there is so much of the quality of a healthy person is feet should not be cold, it should be warm. And the stomach should be soft, should not be like stone. Then it means you are having some problems. And the mind, the head should be cool, not hot, hot-headed, they say. So when you meditate in such cool places, especially in Himalayas, in those mountains, the entropy, that
Rate of entropy.
is low, so that facilitates our meditation, our mind to cool down. So there are so many such explanations you can give, which is very convincing to our intellect. But then, we have to go beyond the words, then only you can experience the field of Parashakti. This is very true. When you sit in meditation, there is nothing. That space is Parashakti. That calmness, that blissful space. And that can be found when you follow the spiritual path, when you have an enlightened master. The presence of the master really takes you to that deeper state of consciousness. And I hope you enjoy reading this book. There are many more such insights.
There is multiple requests for a few minutes of meditation.
Is it okay? Shall we meditate?
So we
10
can also
minutes?
experience that.
Is it late for you? Just 5 minutes we'll meditate, okay? Let's sit comfortably and easily. Sit with spine erect, shoulders loose, neck loose, the whole body relaxed, eyes closed. Smile on your face and normal breathing. Breathe in with a smile and breathe out with a smile. Once again, breathe in, and as you breathe out, relax your whole body. Relax your shoulders, relax your neck, relax your face, and relax your whole body. Become aware of the noises around you, any kind of noise, if at all. And Be with it. Accept all the noises. Keep breathing normally, normal, deep, gentle breath. Your incoming breath energizes the body, and your outgoing breath relaxes the body. Breathe in with a smile, and breathe out with a smile. Become aware of your thoughts. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, let it be. Once again, breathe in and breathe out. Become aware of your feelings. Pleasant, unpleasant, let it be. You're much more bigger than your thoughts and feelings. You are peace and your joy. Right this moment, you have nothing to do, nothing to know either. Repose in yourself more and more. Gururadhiranadischa Gururparamadevatam Gururparataram Tasmai Shri Shri Gurave Namaha. Anek Janma Sam Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Once again, breathe in, and as you breathe out, very slowly and gradually, become aware of your body and surroundings. And slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. Slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. Was it good? Just a few minutes, 10 minutes of meditation. So we can all have nice dinner is waiting for us.
Thank you, Didi, for taking us into this blissful meditation. I'm sure it was really wonderful experience for all of us. And thank you, Didi, for giving us more insights into your book. And I'm sure all of you are very eager to read yourself and pick up your own copy and know more about the stories. So they are available on your way out. Do pick up and buy your own copy. And this evening has been so wonderful. Gurudev spent so much time with us and shared more insights about the book and about the stories. And thank you so much, everyone who has come here and participated and been part of this wonderful event. Thank you so much for being with us. It was really wonderful to have you.
I think we are the luckiest
Yes. And
because when we planned for this program, Gurudev was not going to be here. So it's so lucky.
Yes, Didi, we are very blessed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being with us. Jai Gurudev. We would like to have you with us again soon, and do keep in touch and visit us.